Hi everyone, I'm Caitlin. Thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to be doing a full body workout or full body Pilates mat class today. We're not going to be using any props, so all you need is a yoga mat or something soft to lie on, and we will get started. Join me lying on your back with your legs bent about hip width apart, and we're going to start off by just finding your breath here. I like to take my hands around your ribs, but you can place your hands wherever you feel calm. Maybe closing your eyes if that is an option for you. And start to take nice big inhales, breathing into your thumbs and into your back ribs. And then exhaling through your front ribs, really feeling them try to knit together, letting your waist narrow in. 2 more big breaths like this. Starting to wake up those transverse abdominals, the deepest layer that wrap around your waist, drawing that belly button in towards your spine. 1 more big breath. And then lowering your hands to the front of your pelvis, make a nice diamond shape here. Thumbs at your belly button and start to add in a few pelvic tilts. As you exhale, find those low abs drawing in to scoop and tuck the pelvis towards you. Inhaling to reverse that. Stick your tail out away from you and find a neutral pelvis here. Exhaling, low abs draw in, a little scoop, and then inhale to release. Notice if as you are doing this, you are gripping at all with the back of your legs, and see if instead you can relax, firing through those low abs. Last one. Arms can relax by your side here, making sure, again, those heels are hip width apart, and we're going to progress into your first bridge. Exhaling to tuck that tail, start to peel your hips off to the ceiling, 1 bone at a time. Taking a second right away at the top of your bridge here. Can you find your pubic bone higher than your hip bones here? Squeezing into the smile line of your cheeks a little more. Nice big inhale into your ribs. Exhaling to close those ribs and bone by bone melt your spine all the way down. Your tail will relax at the very bottom to your neutral before you scoop to lift right back up. Now starting off with these articulated bridges. We're right away warming up into your spine. So how much can you smooth that spine out? Maybe just being aware of any sticky spots you may have. And then really starting to squeeze into the smile line of your cheeks. Let's go for about 2 more. And on the next one, keep your hips lifted at the top, and you're going to hold. Now, just like how you started, find those pelvic tilts again here. You stick your tail out to the mat this time, hinging at your hips halfway, and then squeezing, activating through those back legs to lift. Hinge at the hips to lower, activate to lift. Ribs are staying frozen in space. How much can you isolate that pelvis all by itself? You are here for 5. Of course, if you're wanting a little more of a challenge, arms can reach to the ceiling. That's just giving you a little less support. You're here for 3, 2. Last one, find the top of your bridge and hold here. Now from here, right hip lifts up 1 inch to the ceiling. You switch to left hip lifts up 1 inch. Switch right hip, left hip. This may barely look like you're moving at all here. You're moving in the opposite direction now of those pelvic tilts. So we're still taking a little bit of a warm up into that pelvis. How much mobility can you find here? And then you're squeezing, activating 1 butt cheek at a time. We're here for 4. For 2. Find your center and hold. Your last bit. Can you lift your heels to a hover? Lower them back down. You lift and you lower. You're just warming up into the ankle joint now, into those feet. Pressures towards the first 2 toes. Last 5. For 3, 2, and 1. Heels lower. Bone by bone, melt your spine all the way down. Awesome work. Give a hug of the knees towards your chest or whatever feels good for those hammies. Should be feeling warm through the back side of your body here. We're going to go ahead and find those abs a bit more. Staying on your back, arms can reach up towards the ceiling. Right leg's going to float to tabletop, left leg's going to come up to meated, and I want you to focus on a neutral pelvis. So tail is heavy into the floor. On your next exhale, can you reach your right leg long, single leg stretch? Inhaling to bend. You switch left leg long. Inhale to bend. Now if back ever starts to kick on instead of those low abs, you might be reaching a little too low, or you can always flatten or imprint that low back into the mat for support. We're going to keep adding on here, focusing on those low abs. Can you start to add the opposite arm reaching behind you here? Back to center and switch. Center and switch. You're finding a connection through your whole body now, finding this opposition. Obliques are going to start to work with you as well. Now, option, you're still feeling good. You want to make it a bit harder. Maybe you join me in nodding to curl your head up, and you keep going here with that opposition. If it's too much on your neck, take your head back down. Totally fine. See how you feel. We're going to go for about 4 more. Make sure you're even on both sides. On this next one, hold with me. Open the arm and leg 2 inches, close 2 inches. Oh yeah. You open, you close. Stay with me for 3, 2. Last one. Control to center. Switch. Open an inch, close an inch. Last 2. Last one. Awesome work. Relax yourself down. Whew. Should be feeling warm through the center. Cross your right leg over your left for me. Legs dip to the right. Arms are in a cactus shape as you turn your head to the left. You deserve this nice release across your body. And then you switch. Left leg over your right. Legs to the left, head to the right. Breathe into this twist. Once you feel good, you're going to go ahead and flip onto your hands and knees. Meeting me in a nice quadruped shape here. So shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Give yourself some cat-cows, rounding into your spine. Find that flexion. And then you reverse the arch, find your extension. Make it nice and juicy. Should feel good. Maybe getting your abs to play a little bit more of a role. I just want you to kind of bring your brain towards those low abs. Feel them active still as you go in each direction here. One more set. And then you're finding your center. Now arms are staying straight. We're warming up into the shoulders for a second here. Serratus punches. You sink into your shoulder blades. They pinch together. You reverse that and lift. Keeping your abs active, just the shoulders. Pinch and lift. Notice not a huge range of motion. You're waking up the muscle that supports your shoulder girdle. Posture muscles. And it's going to help us in a second. Last one here. Meet me lifted out of those shoulders. Right away, tuck your toes behind you. On your next exhale, low abs pull in so much to lift your knees an inch off to a hover. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, low abs pull in so much they lift your hips to a hover and lower back down. Think about that lift out of your shoulders, keeping those front ribs pulled in. The eye of the elbows facing forward here. 2 more. Staying with me. On your next one, knees lift to your hover. You are going to hold here. Again, pelvic tilts. Exhale, tuck the pelvis towards you. Inhale, find your neutral. Exhale, low abs in. Find that shake. Inhale out. Big breaths. Those shoulders are working. 3 more. For 2. Last one. Child's pose. Knees open, sit back on your heels. Whew. Give yourself a breath. Awesome, awesome work. You're gonna meet me kneeling now. We're gonna find a little bit of some side bend series here. So kneeling, go ahead and reach right leg out to the side. Take a second to press your hips forward right away. So back of the legs will be active. Meet me with your hands behind your head. Pressing your head into your palms, take this to just grow yourself 2 inches longer to the ceiling. From there, you're gonna make a rainbow up and over away from that long leg. Again, you make a rainbow to bring yourself back up. You're dipping yourself up and over. Your abs, obliques are pulling in to take you up. Farther you go, harder it is to bring yourself up here. Keeping the length through your spine. Now we're gonna keep going. We progress by taking your arms long now, like a little airplane, up and over. Maybe tap the floor, obliques bring you up. Now, of course, you can always stick with whatever progression feels good, but I'm gonna continue adding on, so you do what feels best for your body. The next time you dip yourself up and over, can you stay there? From there, you twist from your ribs, rotate to look down towards the floor, rotate back to center, bring yourself back up to the ceiling. So 3 parts, you rainbow, up and over, ribs pull in, twist on that long diagonal, twist, reach out even farther, and then you bring yourself back up. Feeling this a ton in that right side of your body. Up and over. How quiet can you keep the hips? So all of this rotation happening from your ribs. Let's go 2 more sets. On the next one, stay up and over, hold. Now you're going for 5. You twist back to the center, long diagonal. 4. Woo, belly button in. Last 2. Last one. Woo, so good. Just drop that bottom hand down. Go ahead and give yourself a second here to breathe. That was killer. Now from here, we're gonna go into a side hip series here. So I want you to press those hips forward. Lift right away out of that bottom arm. Don't be afraid to use the intrinsic muscles in your hands, so really pressing out of your hand so that we don't get into your neck at all. Now from there, I want you to just lift that top leg up, lower back down. You lift and lower. And notice it may not go super high, but you should start to feel something happening in that side glute. Reaching out to lift. Abs are still working. Go for 5. Adding on, next time you lift the leg, you're going to hold. Thread the top arm underneath the waist. Open to the ceiling, lower the leg back down. You lift, you thread, you open, and lower. 3 more sets. Lift, ribs pull in, you open, and lower. For 2. Last one. Good work. Keep that leg up and pulse for 10. Can you grow as long as you can in each direction? Breathe through it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and flip here to your hands and knees. Shake out anything you need to shake out. You can relax those wrists for a second, especially that left one. Coming back onto your hands and knees here. We're gonna do a little ab series before we do all that on the other side. Now, very similar to what you did when you were on your back. You're gonna shift your weight left arm. Right arm reaches in front, left leg reaches behind. Big breath here to find your balance. You lower and you switch. Right leg, left arm. Find your breath. Lower and switch. So trying to minimize any crazy wiggles, getting that core to work. Thinking more about the reach in opposition rather than the height. Now on your next one, you're going to hold, lifting out of that right shoulder, turning on that serratus muscle again. Now from there, arm and leg, just like on your back, you open, you close. You open, you close. Go for 4, for 3, 2, last one. Control to lower, last side. Moving smoothly, left leg, right arm. Lift out of the left shoulder, open and close. You're here for 4, 3, 2, last one. Good work. Knees lower, sit back. Again, another breath. When you're ready, you're meeting me. Starting this side bend series on the other side. Left leg's going long. Whew. Take a second to press those hips forward. Back of the legs are active. Hands behind your head. Head into your palms here right away. Up and over, away from that long leg. Resist obliques bring you up. Doesn't have to be a huge range. Up and over. Resist to come up. Rainbow again in both directions, not just one. Whew. Left obliques. 2 more. On the next one, tight hips. Whew. Arms are going to go long, same thing, up and over. Resist to come up. Again, up and over, fingertips tap the floor, and you come up. Energy through the crown of your head. When you're ready, you're adding that twist, up and over, ribs pull in, you rotate. Rotate to face me, rotate back up to the ceiling. Up and over, ribs pull in, you twist, you rotate to me, back to center. Think about how we've moved the spine all through class, right? This is your rotation and your side bend. We've already done some flexion, and later we're gonna get some extension. But moving in all directions for that spine, so important. On the next one, stay up and over. You're gonna hold for 5 rotations. For 4, challenging yourself, maybe a little lower. 3, 2, last one, bottom hand to the floor. Take a second to reset here. Lifting out of that bottom shoulder. And again, press those hips forward as much as you can, or else you're not going to feel this as much as you want to. Top arm to the ceiling. Lift all the way up. Lift down. Squeeze that top glute and lower. Now, do not be surprised if your bottom hip starts to kick on. It is stabilizing you, right? So it's working. That's fine. You're going to start to add in that thread the needle motion. Leg will lift, thread from your ribs, open back up, you lower. You lift, you thread, you open, you lower. 3 more sets. Lift and thread, open and a lower for 2. So good. We're finishing with those pulses. Right here, top arm up, lift your leg up an inch, down an inch. Press those hips forward even more. Breathe through it for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Meet me in a plank. You're just gonna pivot, both hands here. Both legs long behind you. You've got a slight tuck of your tail, back of the legs active. Find that serratus, lift out of your shoulders. You're gonna just rock forward and back. Forward and back. You've got 8 more. That's it. Belly button in. Big breaths. Last 4. For 3. For 2. Last 1. So good. Knees down. Giving yourself a breath here. Now, I promised you a little extension work before. I want you to just meet me lying down on your forearms here and on your stomach. Simply relaxed at first. Now I want you to think about the tuck of your tail here. So pubic bone is pressing into the mat and your low abs are active. So we're never crunching. Now from here, palms stay where they are. All you're going to do, lift your elbows, straighten your arms. It's like a mini swan. And then you bend back down. Low abs in, you just straighten. Think about a nice little opening of your chest. And then bend those elbows in. That's it. And this may not feel like really anything for you, but it's doing a lot for your spine. We're not in this position a lot. Your spine needs it. We do a lot of rounding naturally as humans. So take a second and find your extension. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. So good. Now from here, we're going to prop yourself up into your last and final plank. All you're going to do, bring yourself up to your hands and knees and meeting me in a last plank. Right toes behind, left toes to meet it. Now I want you to pull your low abs in so much, you're going to pike your hips to the ceiling. Take a second to let your heels fall and find that downward dog release. Take a pedal of the legs if you need it. And then press your hips forward, you're in your plank. 2 more times. Low abs pull in. Heels fall. Find your plank. 1 more. Making it juicy for that spine. You're holding here. 1 more big breath. And you're finishing with mountain climbers, I know. Right knee in, and then left knee. This is it. 8 more. How quiet can you keep your shoulders? They are supporting, working a ton. And then all that low ab work to bring that knee forward. 4 more. You did it. Knees down. And that's it. Sit back on those heels. Bring your arms over to the right side of the mat. Really think breathing into the left side, into that left shoulder. I feel this a lot in my lat. Make it an active stretch. Switch, hands to the right. Last little release. We're going to do a mermaid since we've done so much with the spine. Right leg's going to be in front in a little Z shape here. And from here, reach that right arm up and over. Breathing into that side waist. Think opening to the ceiling. 1 more big breath. And then you'll switch to the other side. So today we focused a lot on that spinal mobility, all while strengthening the little muscles around your spine. You always want to think building stability, but never rigid, right? You still want to be mobile. So we're trying to do both here. One more big breath. And then we're all set. Thanks so much again for joining me. Check out my other videos, and I hope to see you all soon.